Good morning, afternoon, nighttime. It technically feels like a Sunday to me, but officially it is a Monday because it's 1 AM. And I know I'm just not going to be going to sleep anytime soon because I just checked my bank account and I am negative 50. Negative £50 in my bank account. And it's kind of like the first time I've realised like I've got no money left. And it's run out a lot sooner than I thought it would because I've been stupid in some areas, but I've also had like bills I wasn't expecting, and I'm just not earning money as quickly as I thought I would. I thought I'd be earning money by now. It's crazy. And now I'm having like a full-blown panic attack. I'm very scared. I'm very scared now. So last night I had a bit of a freak out. I don't know if I'm going to include that in let's face it, we're probably still on weekly vlogs as we speak, so although that was a Sunday. Right, okay, I'm going to put it into both vlogs. So no, I'm going to put it into this vlog. Oh my god. Right, the point is, you saw at some point, I don't know when, me freaking out because last night I checked my bank account and realised that I am negative £50. Now that doesn't sound that bad, but I don't have an overdraft and I don't have any money. So I was very, very scared, very stressed out, and all my wages have already come through this month. I have 2 sets of payments coming every month. I have set my Etsy payments to only come through once a month, so it seems like a larger amount because that's only between like £50 and £100 at the moment. But obviously I'm so grateful for that. But if it was weekly or even daily, which you can set it to, it would literally be like £2 here, £3 there. So I think it's best to have it all in 1 month, one monthly sum. And obviously my Patreon is my largest set of money that comes through, and obviously I am so grateful for it, and I have no idea where I would be without it at all, but it doesn't cover all my bills. And so it was quite upsetting that it's the 12th and I was already in negative money with no fixed, or at least, you know, definitely some money coming in. So I stayed up till 3 or 4 in the morning to, bear with me a second. I stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning putting stuff online. It hasn't sold, but at least I felt in control. But the one thing that scared me, the one thing that worried me, they had on the website, like, work out how much you should sell your item for. So it had this calculation where it'd work out, you have to put how long it takes you to make it, or at least process it, because it does take a long time to process comics. It takes between half an hour to an hour to photograph one comic, research the price of that comic, or grade the comic, then research the price of the comic compared to the grade, then upload it, and then process it, you know, package it all up, put it away, and advertise it online. Now that doesn't sound like much. That sounds like, oh, that'd take 10 minutes. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And last night I spent 2-3 hours putting up, I think 8 to 10 comics. Definitely no more than 10, I think it was 8. And I just, it worried me because basically what it did is once you inputted all that, it told you how much, you got to put in the cost of it, so how much you bought it for, how long it takes you to process it or make it, and then how much you want to earn. So I said I wanted to earn £12,000 a year, which is minimum wage or just over minimum wage, and that would cover all my bills. Because my bills at the moment are still about £1,000 a month because I'm still paying off business loans and stuff like that. And it told me that I had to work for 90 hours a week and it would work out to, I can't remember how many items it said I needed to sell, but it was a lot, obviously, and then and it would work out to about £3 an hour, and that's not including writing my books, that's not including doing my Patreon rewards, which are time consuming, but I love doing them, and they'll, you know, I will never stop doing them. It doesn't include doing my YouTube videos or editing them, which takes up to 1 to 2 hours every single day, and when I was doing them daily, and it's just, or reading comics to do comic reviews, and it just scared me and made me realise how, when I said, oh, I'm just going to throw everything on the website, it's not actually as efficient as I thought it would be, and it might actually not be efficient for me to have as a full-time, to think that will be the full-time job, and now I'm very scared. It's something that I can throw a couple of comics or a couple of games or whatever on every day, and if they sell, that's great, but right now that's just not going to work, and I'm really scared. You know, Christmas is coming up, and this is going to be the only time I'm really going to be able to take advantage of getting any more money in before January, February and March come in, which, by the way, and I don't blame anyone or judge anyone for, but like, why would I judge, but you know what I mean, I don't hold any resentment for, is a lot of Patreon pledges get caught in January because everyone's like, oh, I've got to manage my money. I've already had one Patreon, which was quite a high tier, tell me that they're gonna have to cancel next year, and I don't blame them, but like, it's just stressful, and I am getting, as you can see, I'm getting stressed. So it's just really upset me. So I've got to rethink my business model all over again. But I'm getting stressed talking about it. But I was actually in a good mood. I was actually in a positive mood because I feel very proactive about stuff. One, I've got a little TV on my shelf, which makes me very happy because, well, one, I got really excited because I was like, I can watch TV in bed, which makes me very happy. But two, I was like, oh, I can set up my Xbox One and I can stream on there, because I actually am very uncomfortable when I stream at my desk because I only have this really cheap little dining chair and not like a comfy gaming chair. It's very uncomfortable. I get very uncomfortable, and I got really excited about it. But then I was like, don't really have any Xbox One games. Maybe I could sell that, seeing as I need money. So I'm a bit good about that. But, oh, and I've started clearing up the kitchen where it just houses a lot of level up debris. But I finally started trying to make a workspace because, well, between you and me, I'm starting to, although I'm in a very good positive mood and good mental place, considering that I'm very stressed out about money, I'm getting really, really down about where I live and everything around it, because that didn't seem like a good print setup then. Print. Oh, there we go. Because I am in this room a lot, and it's a very cluttered room, which means I'm selling a lot of my personal stuff. Go on Depop. And one of the things I don't like about it, sorry, I'm so distracted right now because I'm actually printing stuff off for Patreon rewards right now. So, but what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. And so, but this room is cluttered and it's cramped, and I am sick of having to shuffle. Like, I'm sick of shuffling everywhere to get anywhere. And so it's really nice to just have a bit more space to do work. And look, inside your Patreon box. And it's given a breakdown of everything that you'd find in a box on Patreon if you ordered. Well, this is a special box. This isn't what you'd get in a $10 box always. This is because I'm putting a couple of boxes together, so I'm making get a special box. But you'd get a lot of this stuff for $10. It just wouldn't be in a box. You'd still get the newsletter. You'd still get the thank you card. You'd still get the photographs. And I've started breaking down and explaining what the photographs are and why I've picked them. I'm just so good. So I've cleared up a little bit of mess. I mean, there's still a lot there to sort through, but it means that I've now taken over the kitchen. But this is my little workspace, and I'm just doing Patreon right now. So I just found out that Stan Lee's died, and this time it wasn't a hoax. And I know it sounds stupid because it's someone I don't know personally. It's not a friend of mine, but it's really affected me. And only one of the celebrities passing has ever affected me, and that was Robin Williams. It obviously affects me because I owe so much to that man. So much of my hobbies, my interests, my career, who I want to be when I grow up is down to a lot is down to this one human and the effect he left on this world. He wrote so many stories about making the world a better place and fighting against the bad, and he's not the first man to do it, and he won't be the last, but I'm just really grateful for him. And I'm just, yeah, I know it wasn't like a surprise. I know he was old. He's lived a very long and full life. Yeah, I wanted to say something. It's a sad day for comic book lovers. Also, I forgot to tell everyone, I have got new glasses and I don't know if I like them. I don't know if I suit them. But the one thing I really like about these particular glasses is that they have special lenses which are meant to block out blue light. And the reason why I'm excited about that is obviously I suffer from insomnia and migraines, visual migraines, and one of the things that can stop people from feeling sleepy is obviously the lack of melatonin. And one of the things that can stop melatonin, which is the chemical in your body that tells you to go to sleep, is blue light that emits from technology, like screens, televisions, stuff like that. And that's because I think that blue light makes you think it's day, and I can finally see that, because when I picked these up today, I put them on outside and it was almost like putting on mild sunglasses, even though as you can see they're just clear. When I put them on, I didn't realise how like harsh the light was, but it was daylight so it was fine. But when I put these on, it almost seemed like not yellow, but just duller, softer. And when I put them on in here, it's actually made no difference. Like, my room's pretty yellow, it's nighttime, it's fine, but I can't really see the difference on the TV screen right now. But I can't, but I'm really excited. So I should be wearing these a lot more in the house when I'm working and whatnot for multiple reasons. But the other reason that I am glad I got them is now that I have actually a need to wear these when I'm on my computer and stuff. So I should be wearing them when I'm streaming, and now I don't have to put so much makeup on, because when I'm streaming you won't be able to see my eyes that much. It's like a natural Snapchat filter. It's amazing. Fantastic. So I've finally been able to set up my Xbox One, which I might be selling anyway, but I've just been setting up the Kinect. Look how weird it looks. It's in like night vision, and it's really freaky. I think it's freaking me out a lot as well because I actually watched a horror film based on the Xbox Kinect at night, so I don't like it. So now that I have an actual DVD player again where I'm able to watch stuff, I am now watching my DVDs again, and I'm starting with this one, which actually annoys me because I feel like I should have watched this at least a month and a bit ago. So I'm in bed now, and I can't even begin to tell you A, how tired I am, or B, how much my joints hurt. Like, I might have to go get my neck massager out, or my shoulder massager, and like just rest my legs on it so they can get like a little bit of a rub. But I'm about to do some more Christmas letters, and I'm really upset because I know I've been rubbish with these Christmas letters, but there were some letters I'd actually written and for whatever reason didn't reply, like didn't post them. So I look worse than I even am. So I'm gonna be posting them out tomorrow. Morning. Today it is only 12 o'clock. When I say 12, only 12 o'clock, but I'm like, it has just hit midday and I'm already dressed and I'm about to go out because I've already processed the online orders for today, or most of them, enough of them to be okay with. And I'm gonna go out and post them now and maybe pick up a little treat for myself, maybe put a bit of makeup on, maybe not, maybe be more comfortable in my own skin. Right, now it's time to start streaming like I said I would. And I've actually been really productive today. And I have put this off until I've had an X amount of work done. I've still got work to do, but I've done enough that I feel okay to do this. I feel good. What are you doing? It keeps automatically signing me into Andrew's account on my Xbox. I'm like, no. I cannot tell you how much freaking stress I have caused myself over this, and I'm just so angry. I'm just so fed up. This better be a good stream where everyone donates money, I swear to God, because if I don't make $1 million, I'm going to kill someone. So I've done the stream now. I actually had to get off. I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, I'm tired, I gotta go. But I actually had to get off because I felt really sick. And I was like, I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, so I had to get off. And then I didn't throw up. But I don't know whether it was the glasses I was wearing or the game, but I started to feel like I had motion sickness and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I still feel a bit queasy now, but I just need to clean the bed and then I can get in bed. And I'm gonna sit down. It's 10:30, so it is late, but it's still, for me, it may as well be in the AM. It's that early for me. It's that long until I'm gonna go to sleep. I just know it. So I am now going to sit down and reply to some more Christmas letters. So yay! I told you I'd reply. I didn't tell you when. I know, I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. So I hope everyone understands that I've just had such a shoot ton to do. I mean, I'm writing these Christmas letters, putting off writing the stories that I was meant to be doing this month. I put too much on my plate. My dad says it all the time and I'm like, no I don't, no I don't, no I don't. And I'm starting to realise maybe I do. You know, I don't have a job and I'm struggling to do everything that I put on my own plate, so maybe I do. I have so many good films to choose from. I really don't know what. I've got this Jane Fonda thing going on at the moment because I love her Grace and Frankie thing, but I think I've seen this. I can't remember. I've definitely never seen that. I've heard it's awful. That looks awful. This looks awful, but in a good way. I don't know which one I want to watch. What should I watch? Comment below. It'll be too late. So I don't know if you've ever seen the movie About Time, but it's about someone who can time travel. And the main message of the film, without spoiling anything, is obviously appreciate everything you have and, you know, every day that you experience. And he does something by the end of the film where he lives every day like he chose to live that day. And so he would, instead of getting angry at his wife for burning the pancakes when he was left, that's a made-up example, he would look at how beautiful she was instead of, oh I don't know, but something like that, okay? But the point is, you're meant to find some insignificant moment that actually highlights exactly why we live. I'm sorry, the film made me cry a lot. I'm just thinking about the film. But the whole point of the whole point of the movie, like, oh my god. So ever since I've seen that film, I've always tried to find one insignificant moment that highlights why I'm alive. And today it just kind of hit me, like, really emotionally. Like, I've worked so hard today. I've got up and I've just worked, and it made me feel so good. It made me feel so productive, made me feel so good about myself, made me feel like I'm finally getting on top of things. So, and I'm talking about things that I'm like a year behind on with some things, and I'm getting there. I'm like ticking stuff, like this is my to-do list, and it's like, it's not all ticked off because I have a lot to do, but I've done a lot and I'm about to still do more. And it's just been so satisfying picking up this green highlighter and ticking things thumbs off. And I've just made a little snack of like some cheese and Brazil nuts. There may have been some Brazil nut casualties from the kitchen to here, because there's only 3 left. They may have ended up in my tummy already. But I'm now about to sit down and go through the rest of the Christmas letters I haven't replied to. And I'm watching some rubbish film on the TV, and I don't know, there's something homely about watching it on a television setup, not just some iPad on my bed. I don't know why, I feel like that makes it my home. This makes it my home. I've always grown up with like a little TV and I'm watching films, not a little iPad on my bed. I don't know, that feels more teenagery, more studenty. This feels like, I'm getting settled at home. And it's a terrible film. I'm watching it just because Jane Fonda's in it, and I love Jane Fonda at the moment because of Grace and Frankie. And I don't know, it's just my room is a mess over there when I go look at that, but it's just comfortable, it's cozy, it's dry, it's warm, I have a roof over my head. I've just had a lovely stream talking to you guys, like we're just chatting about such nice things, and now I'm about to read wonderful letters where I feel so much guilt that I've left it this long, but also it's almost nice in a way because you're getting it ready for Christmas, but also I'm rereading them like it's the first time again because I haven't read them since Christmas. And it's really nice. Some of the things have actually like overwhelmed me. Like I forgot how nice and generous people have been, and that made me feel even more guilty because they could be worrying I never got it, and I feel really bad about that. But yeah, I'm just really happy right now. I'm really happy. All because I've got a bit of cheese and I've got a rubbish film on a donated television that doesn't have a remote, with a 50p movie. It's just lovely. Good morning. Today is a Wednesday and I am in a fantastic mood, as you can tell. Why am I in a fantastic mood? I don't know, because my wrist hurts and I got loads of work to catch up on. But no, I'm actually in a fantastic mood because 1, I'm getting on with that work. That work is getting done, and that is the important thing. 2, I have just created a level up group. So I've got my page, but I've just made a level up group, and it only has, and I've put a post up on the page saying, look, now that I'm posting on about the website, Facebook is suppressing all the posts, and I'm not even joking. I have over 6,000 likes on that page, and if I put a post up the other day, I put a post up about a raffle I was doing, and I had 0 likes on it, 0, and it had like, I think it had no view range or anything, and I was like, that's not right, that's weird. And like every post I was putting up about new stock because I had a link to buy that stock, which is taking me a long time. It's like actually one of the longest parts of the process. You know, I was like, it keeps suppressing them because I'm putting links on because Facebook wants you to pay to boost them. So, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's just the way Facebook's going, maybe it's all I can do, because I've got 1,000 likes on Instagram for Level Up, and when I uploaded a picture there I got like 30 likes for the raffle. So I'm like, this isn't right. A page with 6,000 likes should at least have some likes. And then I put a picture up of me streaming Spyro yesterday on my page, and that only has 2,000, and I think that's a pretty dead page if I'm honest. I still had 50 likes on that picture, and I was like, right, there's something wrong. So I created a group because groups actually have a lot more engagement, and so I created a group and then I put it on Facebook saying, look, I've created this group because it's helping with the suppression. It does 2 things. It helps me post my things twice because I'll still be putting stuff on the page, so you don't have to join the group, but it helps me post it on twice, which gives me twice as much chance of you seeing it, but it also gives you twice as much seeing it because people are following that page because they want to know stock, they want to know what they can buy, they're into games, they're into comics. Facebook are doing them a disservice as well as me. So I was like, you can join this page, I'll post on there as well. But also, more importantly, it's about keeping the community spirit of Level Up alive. Level Up was never just about making money. I had to make money to keep the business going, but it's why we did game nights. I always wanted to do like comic book clubs and stuff like that, but I couldn't because I couldn't get a wholesaler. But I wanted to do stuff like that. I wanted to do comic book club. I wanted to do a breakfast club, but I just breakfast. But the thing is, I've always wanted to do stuff that engaged with my customers. Any of you who are watching, if you're customers of mine, will know that when anyone comes into my store, I will have a chat with them, if I know them or not. And if I do know them, like, I remember you, I got to know you. Some of you are now my genuine friends because of my shop. You weren't just customers, you were my friends. You are my friends, and I miss you. I told you, like, I actually kind of don't miss so much running a business because I have so much else going on. I'm actually busier than ever, but I miss you. And sometimes I think about some of the customers I may never see again, and I genuinely get sad. And I'm getting sad again. And so I'm really excited at the idea of keeping a group, because with a group you can create your own posts, you can create discussions. It doesn't just have to be about the stock, which the page does, because I never wanted that to be this dirty, grotty little page full of memes and stuff and diluting what the whole message of the shop was about. Because some people wouldn't, I always promised people when they followed my page that there would only be like 1 or 2 posts a day. I didn't want something to be like this post heavy thing swamping up your feed. And so I've got that as well. And I've had about like almost instantly, the second I put it up, because it didn't have a website link on, people started to request adding to the page. And I've got about 30 requests to join the group now, and I'm so excited. And I'm more excited about the 30 people joining the group than the 6,000 people on the page, because to me they're the people that still care. And I'm not saying that the other 5,970 didn't. They could just not have seen the post yet, but right now those 30 people to me still care. They still want to be involved, they still want to keep Level Up alive, and I'm just so excited. I had 3 actually at one point. I had 3 bags of just stuff for Patreon rewards. Now I'm down to 1. They're the hefty ones though. They're the $25 tiers that I'm getting together, and some of them are behind, so I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a hefty reward system. My good deed of the day: supporting my good, dedicated, passionate and talented friend on Patreon, because hey, everyone else should be supported on Patreon as much as me. Good morning! Today is a Thursday. Oh my word, it's a Thursday. How is it already a Thursday? Well, today I am at my dad's and I am processing more stock to go on the beloved website. It's so much work, and luckily, oh my god, I'm having a really bad panic attack. I don't know if you can see, but I can't stop shaking. I feel okay, I'm not actually panicking, but this is one of my symptoms. I get really shaky and I get really weak, and then I get panicky. And I didn't pack any beta blockers. Luckily, past me was a genius and I left some here. So I lost them, but I managed to find them. So I've taken one just now. So hopefully I will get better, and hopefully I will take enough pictures of all these X Factor comics before the sun goes down, because it's not late at all, but it seems to have gone really low really quickly. Ow, I just blinded myself. Ow. Oh, the battery's gonna go. I was gonna do a time lapse. Can we just pretend? So I've just photographed all of these. I think I just counted this 58. And yeah, gonna start pricing them up and uploading them.
Did you just say, Kelly?
Good morning. Today is a Friday. It's a Friday. Yay, Friday. Stop that. But yeah, today is a Friday. It's quite a miserable day. I'm about to go and have lunch with my dad and then head back to Liverpool. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep until about 7, and then I had to wake up at 10. And I couldn't switch off. I stayed up super late making sure those comics were online, and I just couldn't sleep, so I'm very tired. Good morning. Today is a Sunday, and I just wanted to show you that I'm actually being productive and working, because I need to do a photo shoot today and photograph all of these clothes, because I am selling these. So if you want to buy clothes that my naked body has touched, they're here. Well, no, they'll be on Depop, but you know, get them out of here. I don't want them here. So a part of my good deed for the day, although it's kind of replaying someone else's good deed, Grax Bishop put on that he's doing a live stream writing tour prompts like I did, and so like naturally I logged on to like support him and I shared it and I hosted it. But I've just had like the most fun. He's been on for, God, how long has he been on for? A long time. And it's just because it's so funny. I can't stop laughing. It started that we were making him, unknown to him, write American Office fanfic, and now he's ended up writing milk porn.
She's trying to challenge herself to write a story based upon the prompt ones, one prompt a day. You'll be able to see all the green words up, the green block with all the words up there in today's story, and I'm trying to cram in as many stories as I can into 2 hours, and so far this is the second story I've written in the past 2 hours, and the key word is present. And I haven't finished the fucking story yet. So fucking close.
Good morning. And it is morning because it's 1:30 a.m. or 2 a.m. It's late. Yeah, did you not notice that late?
No.
Neither did I really, because I hadn't stopped working until I looked at the time and I was like, oh my God.
Half one.
It's 1:30. It's fine. Because 2 a.m. would have been ridiculous.
Yes. Out of the question.
But yeah, I haven't vlogged today because I've been so busy doing something, but I have to document that it's done because it still hasn't sunk in that it's done after 3 weeks of prepping and working on this, and a solid week of it, and like the last 3 days bar 1 day has been like 12-hour shifts working on this non-stop. This is the second half of all my Patreon rewards. The first half was finished yesterday or the day before? The day before. And this is the second half, the higher up tiers, the $25 and the $50 tiers. And we're talking like all of them. So I'm not, this isn't just some big deal because I'm like, oh, you know, I got, you know, this month's pledges and I've sorted them. No. I was very, very behind on my rewards, which is unacceptable. But I always say when you know, you might have to wait, but you will get them, and I always compensate. So, you know, like I said, if I actually did them on time, I might make money. But I'm finally done, and it has been a weight off me. Like, some of them were so far behind, it was ridiculous, and now they're all done. And there's no excuse for them to ever fall behind again because I've got no job. And yeah, I just honestly so over it. Like, a lot of months weight has now just been lifted off me, knowing that they are done, and I can just now start to promote Patreon properly, because I always have this fear that if I ever promote it, I'm like, well, why? Because I'm not caught up. Why should I get new pledges if I can't even keep up with the pledges I've got? Now I can, and I have, and now I can start promoting and using Patreon more as a business than just what I am using it for. So I'm happy. Good morning. Today is Thursday, and before I do anything in this world, I just wanted to tell you about the trippiest dream I've ever had. So I had a dream, and it's the most cinematic dream in existence. Like, it was like watching a film, and me and 3 other people, well, I and someone else had been kidnapped, or 2 people had been kidnapped. I don't even think it was me. I was just watching it, and I think it was like I was watching a film or something, I don't know. And okay, so yeah, so I'm just watching it, and there's like, and basically the back of the story is 2 people being kidnapped by this man and woman, and the police got in touch with the woman, the wife or the girlfriend, and said, like, if you bring them to this house, we'll let you go. And she was like an abused woman as well, so she didn't want to be there, and she was like, well, how do I know where to bring them? And they're like, we'll leave the light on, like there'll be a light on or something, and that'll be your safe house, and that's where we'll take you and we'll look after you. And so she's gonna do that, and then something goes wrong, so the police go to the house to see if they can go and get the people, and they get kidnapped too. And then, like, in the dream, as I'm watching the film, I'm trying to unjam my label maker, which is like 2 rolls, kind of like what are they called, mangle? They used to dry clothes with, so that's what they're kind of like, and the paper rolls out through them, and there was loads of stuff. And as I'm like pulling it, the police or the 2 detectives get caught and thrown in the basement too. And then like she starts singing to them, and she's like singing about how if people have lost their way, you know, she'll be there for them and she's worried about them. And she's singing to the girlfriend, and then she starts going, you can leave the, no, I will leave the light on, you know. And I was like, wow, this is really powerful. And just as she hits that bit, I will leave the light on, I unjam the paper from the label maker, but it also cuts to the top of the stairs where there's something similar jamming, locking them in, and she's like pulling it out, so they think it's working. And like she carries on singing and saying that she'll leave the light on, saying like there's still time, we can still forgive. And we're like, it's working, they're gonna let us out. And then all of a sudden it cuts, you never see this girl's face, and then you see her hands pick up some nails, and then you see her pick up a hammer. And like, it's like, this is where I'm like watching the film, I see that but they don't see that, and they still think they're getting out, but we know those nails are not a good sign. And then as she's walking down the stairs with the nails and hammer in hand, I woke up. But what did I wake up to? Tom Walker's I Will Leave the Light On, a song I never heard before. I just thought my subconscious had made that up. I'm not even kidding. I thought I was really good. And yeah, and it was just so weird how, you know, people have say like noises affect dreams and stuff. I don't think I've ever noticeably had that happen to me, but I just had an entire backstory, story and cinematic movie played out in front of me, all based around this bloody song that was playing on my radio alarm clock. Amazing. So I've got to hit the ground running today. I've woken up and I was meant to go meet my friend for a coffee, but I can't because I woke up quite late. Well, later than I need to today, because there's an inspection like any minute, and my room is not okay. So I've just left the house and realised I'm accidentally cosplaying Garth from Wayne's World. It's not okay. Can't believe I'm not even the cool one.
No, Garth's the cool one.
Yeah, he is. Wait. You've never known true disappointment in a man until Andrew went and bought a taco. Wait, where's the sign? So Andrew saw from, even I didn't see the from, and he went in and the only thing that was 99p was those hash browns. So we got a taco. How does it taste? But look at this. You can actually see the outline of where the taco ends. Yeah. And they've tried to make it look bigger. Oh well, we've all been victim to that.
Haven't we just?
So I've just been sitting here getting really down on myself, thinking like, oh, I haven't done anything today, because compared to yesterday, I got up 12 hours straight. I just worked on one thing and there was a lot of it until it was done, till like 2 AM. So I was kind of sitting here just then thinking like, I haven't done anything, because the one thing I said I'd do today is no matter what, I'd either finish all the stories, short stories of my event, or I'd finish all the Christmas letters that are still due to be written to. And I haven't done either. And I was like, oh, I haven't done either. I've done nothing. But then I just realised I actually have. I still worked really hard today. I got up and one of the first things I did was tidy my room. And I've actually tidied it really well. Like, there's no more pile. You can't really see, but there's no more piles. There's still 1 or 2 things that need sorting. And then I need reducing. But there's like no more piles on the floor. There's actual space. And I feel really, really good about that. And then I went to go post all of the Patreon boxes, which cost me 75 quid, by the way. Excuse me while I throw up. And then I went to my mailbox to go get my mail, which is so out the way now and I hate it. But it's like a nice little walk, so I go there. I have had a problem that I paid for 24/7 access, and then whenever I've gone there, like on the weekends or after 5 o'clock, it's closed. And I was like, well, how do I get there? Turns out there's a £10 refundable deposit that I was meant to pay, and it gives me a fob. So I got that today. So I got that finally off the list. Then I went to Aldi and I got some food. Then I came home and I cooked a healthy meal. And then I came back. Then I was a little bit lazy. I finished tidying whatever was needed to be tidied in my bedroom. I ordered some loot crates because they're like 50% off at the moment because of the Black Friday. And so I ordered some of them for the intention of doing a YouTube video, and then I'm just going to sell everything that's in the box, because that's what I usually do. Because I'm like, oh, I'd like to keep it, but money. And then I paid for my custom charge, because I bought, for one of my Christmas presents, is this art card that I got from this Inktober artist I fell in love with. And it came with a custom charge, which I don't understand why, because I've ordered, okay, and then, so I've paid that, so yay. And then I've written up one story, like I've put it on Patreon. It's free if anyone wants to go check out all the tour prompt stories, which I'm actually thinking of calling it Verbuary. Was it February? It was February, because I want to do it in February. And then I've put one up there. I've just written up the second one. I've nearly finished it. Then I'm going to upload that one, do all the prompts for it, of course. And then, so like, it's not a lot. I'm so behind on my stories. Like, it's a dent. It's a drop in the ocean right now. But I have done a lot. I just haven't done the two main things I wanted to do. But I have done a lot, and they were stuff I needed to get done. So I should give myself more credit. I forgot to mention, town is particularly noisy today. So thank goodness for these Turtle Beach headphones. Although I actually do have noise reducing, like, headphones that people wear that when they like fire a gun, but they honestly, it's like wearing a vacuum on your ears, and it's quite painful. Actually, I take that back. 8 letters later and 1 broken wrist, I have completed all my Christmas letters from last year. Until next month, when hopefully people still have faith in me and still send me letters for next year. Please send me letters. I can't tell you how much joy and happiness they bring me. Even if it takes me this long to reply, I still make sure I reply, because that's how much they mean to me. I keep every single letter in a box over there, and they fill me with so much joy. It's the only thing I have on Christmas. I don't have presents at Christmas of anyone, so I just sit there in the morning with my cup of coffee and I read my letters, and they mean so much. Thank you.